Okay, we have our first guest here, and I can honestly say I think the first time we ever met, he was standing in the change room of the YMCA with a towel around himself. I'd like to introduce now our Mayor Al Strathdee. Yeah, we go way back, don't we?
Yeah, we do, John. Thanks for having me on the show. It's the first time I've ever done a talk show, and thanks everyone for coming out. This is pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a lot of questions for you. First, before you became mayor, you had no experience on council, am I correct?
That's correct, other than the YMCA, but
Yeah, we had lots of long talks. What made you run for mayor then?
I decided I want to make a difference. I thought that there was a differing philosophy I had about the infrastructure not getting done, trying to save some of the important things like the Green Bridge and different things. So I thought I could make a difference, and I talked to some people and assembled a good team, and I was able to be successful.
Okay, what was the greatest difficulty you had when you were first elected?
Building a team, I think, is probably getting council on board and trying to share some priorities and building a team, getting to know the organization. Trying to create a culture change so that we're more customer friendly, customer service. I mean, I've been in small business, and I believe that's a big belief that you have to look after people and trying to get people in line and trying to work together. It's a team.
And what does a mayor do?
Well, my kids would say he goes to a lot of meetings, actually, but the reality is that a mayor is sort of like a chairman of the board. I mean, we're a council of 7, and I run the meetings, and I perform duties at special ceremonies. I get to go to talk shows, for example, talk to people like you, John. But there's basically it's a part-time job for me. There's daily duties. I have to sign off on all bylaws and so forth, and kind of make sure that everything just runs smoothly.
Mm-hmm. And how much influence do you have on the direction of the town as mayor?
I'm one of 7, as I said, John. I think influence is something you gain through trust and hard work, actually. So we all like to think we have influence, and hopefully people respect me. But as I say, we're a team, so I don't think that the mayor is any different than the councilor and has any special status per se. I think that influence is something that you earn.
And how would you describe your leadership style?
I like to think I'm a cooperative leader. I like to think that I like to lead by example. I like to think that I'm a hard worker, and that people would gain respect through that. That's my leadership style, is to try and bring everyone together and work together as a team. I think teamwork is the most important thing in politics. We sometimes forget that, and it should cross all boundaries. And I think that's one of the problems we see most recently is that the system gets so polarized, and is that we all need to work together and be respectful, regardless of our beliefs.
Mm-hmm. And so far, what's the thing you're most proud of?
I think I'd have to say some of the infrastructure projects we've done. The opening of the Green Bridge is a big one, actually, and I think I'm also very proud of the work that our team did for the reconstruction of the downtown. I think it really turned out well, and I think it's turned into a real positive thing for the businesses. I mean, that was a difficult decision, but I think it was a good one.
Mm-hmm. And what's the most difficult decision you've had to make so far?
Budgetary decisions are always tough, John. I mean, I would say, a couple, probably there's been a number of budget challenges for us. It's not easy. People always want new services and new programs. It's not easy. But I also think that the decision to do the downtown was a tough decision as well, because we were going to inconvenience some people and affect their livelihoods. I mean, I was in retail downtown for a number of years, and I know it's tough, and I think that that's something that was a tough decision to do, but I think it's paid off.
Mm-hmm. And what do you see as the main priority for the well-being of St. Mary's in the future?
I think we have to look after our infrastructure. I think we've fallen behind our infrastructure, and I think we need to look after the things that are important to us. We've been blessed with a real legacy here, some really special things. And I think it's up to us to try and look after them and not only maintain our roads, but maintain a lot of our heritage symbols, like the water tower and the bell tower and all these things. This is what makes the town special.
And getting new businesses coming to St. Mary's is important. What is the town doing to attract new businesses, both stores and manufacturing?
Getting new business is important, and we have an economic development manager that we did a restructuring and have a new position, actually, Laura Bailey Snyder. So that's important. We focus on that. But it's also important that we look at trying to grow the businesses we have. And I think we've been trying to focus on as well. There are some businesses that have been successful. It's hard to get new businesses, given the international world we live in, and our location, our geography sometimes works against us. So not only do we have to focus on getting new business, we have to look at helping the businesses here, and that's something that I think it's the small businesses sometimes. Everyone likes to hit it out of the park per se, but the 200 job businesses are hard to get. I think you need to try and focus on small business. The 5 and 10 job businesses are the ones that grow and actually make a difference in your town.
Mm-hmm. How has your life changed since you've become mayor?
Well, I get to be on talk shows actually now. It's been incredibly busy. I mean, I've been very lucky. I'm actually it's a great opportunity to be the mayor. I like to tell a story actually when people ask me, what's like being the mayor and so forth. And your kids start driving, And so one time we're at shortly after I became the mayor, one of the kids had just got their license, and we go for a drive, and my wife says, "Oh, go to the grocery store." And we get to go to the grocery store. It's great because you can buy all the sugary crap that mom wouldn't let you buy. So we're going there, and so my daughter's driving the car, and we get to the grocery store, and she says, "Now you stay in the car, Dad." And I'm like, "What do you mean stay in the car? We're going to buy all that sugary crap." No, you stay in the car. It takes too long to shop with you now, actually.
Okay, we have Andrea with a social media question here.
Hi, everyone. Well, I must say that the Twitter sphere is lighting up in light of our, esteemed guests here. So the one question I've chosen for the night has been from @St.Mary's_Polly. And the question is, what's been the most surprisingly controversial issue that this council has faced since you became our mayor, were elected our mayor?
Probably the closure of the Cadzo pool. Cadzo pool was the most controversial issue. I mean, that was a tough decision, and it was something that people had grown. I mean, we all have grown up in the park, and we're all attached to the park. And sometimes when you lose those type of things, it can be tough. And that was probably one of the ones that was very controversial so far.
Speaking of pools, you've been noted somebody who likes to jump into water a few times. You've gone into the quarry twice. I guess on their show they let down the river. We were going to have you jump in the river, but there's no water in it anymore, so I don't know what we do.
I'm not sure I'd jump in that river, John.
Anyways, you jumped into the quarry a couple of times for good causes. Will you be inviting the Prime Minister to come and reenact the famous photo of his father in the quarry, and with you joining him?
That'd be a great idea. If he'd come, we'd be glad to welcome. Actually, it'd be great to have a Prime Minister here as well. I know that the idea was thought of before in the candidate in the last federal election. Mr. Mercado tried to invite him as well, actually. So he seems to have a very busy schedule, and he's different than his father, so I don't know if we could make that work, but certainly a great idea, John.
Okay. You're not like Putin. You're not going to be mayor forever, are you?
God, I hope not.
So when you leave as mayor, how do you want to be remembered in this town?
I think I just want to be remembered as someone that got things done and was honest and worked hard, and that people could respect. I think that I think it's important to do your best, and I always try and do my best.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Al,
Thanks
for
having
coming
me
on the show.
I really appreciate it, John. Great time.
Very good.